And in the top left side of Ruins of Saras, we got our blue Zerg players. Psystorm Gaming's True.
In the bottom left, as the red Terran, it is aLive.
Of course, aLive has 12,700 Partoofs on him, whereas True has 4,000. So, well, I would not have done that myself. I would have put True on the money for every single Partoof, every dollar I have. Looks like the crowd favorites are Terran a little bit more, and I don't blame them after that first game. That wasn't exactly one-sided, but that got hella messy.
It did get very messy. The fact that aLive ended up winning against Ultras, despite a couple of bad engagements, as well as just not having ghosts. His Liberators even, they did some damage, on that ramp was really quite clever, but they did eventually go down those Corruptors. It just, I don't know, it's testament to aLive doing pretty damn well with his drops, his micro, and I guess his read on the game, too.
By the way, because people were asking, I've got some friends on Skype who are just like, what's GCD TV? Why do you guys keep talking about it? They're World of Warcraft. They're basically the World of Warcraft version of Base Trade TV, grassroots community funding. They do their own tournaments, and it's really cool. If you guys actually want to see the people who run it, David and Clutter, if you go to my Twitter, the picture that I've had pinned there since BlizzCon, they're the two to my left on the right side of the photo. They are wonderfully awesome people. So 10 out of 10 recommend checking them out if you're into World of Warcraft, even in the slightest. I know we've posted them a couple times in the past, so hopefully some of you guys have enjoyed that. But anyways, for aLive's sake this game, early bunker coming down. I mean, it's Ruins of Saras, and I know we've had that gamble move versus Protoss, but I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say this is a bad idea ever. It's just strange to see this actually come down so quick.
It is. It's very quick, but really scared of Lings just running through. I mean, the other option is just to put a bunker near your natural, your actual command center, but he's looking for that full wall off, probably. Go up to a factory, and there's a reactor. See if that is actually going to go on the factory or not. Hellions have kind of lost their main role. Oh,
well, he did actually try and do Hellions the last game. That's a pretty important factor, but what's interesting, madam?
The second barracks coming down so fast.
Yeah, instead of a starport, just waiting. 1-1-1 tends to be the case, but a big part of why I don't like Hellions on this map, though, why I really hope it's not for Hellions, and thank God it's not, is this is that one map where Nidus Worms have been making the biggest splash appearance. This and Lyrlac Crest have really been just gross to watch almost, and if you go Hellions, it's just inviting roaches to win the game.
Yeah, I agree. In any form, Nidus Worm are just straight up denying those Hellions, puts you in a bad position. But with the second barracks sites, kind of figured it would be the tech lab on the factory, just because why would you? I don't know, the second barracks, the other barracks doesn't have an add-on either, because you would swap with it. It doesn't make any sense. But a potential very small attack, but at one that is such an odd time, could do damage. Marine tank, Marauder tank, or I'm not sure. He could start off with tank drops, get stim or combat shields, probably not both on 2-base, not too quickly anyways, and then do a 2-base attack. It's just it's a different version of a 2-base Terran than I've seen, because there certainly are other builds out there that are involved with just sticking on 2 bases.
I was wondering if with the 2 overlords, if he's going to actually transform them and maybe try and do some drops. Just really unconventional to have them placed out here like this.
Yeah. There's the 1 engineering bay. That's all you're going to be able to afford with 2 bases. This is actually a lot of Lings.
Oh, yeah, he's going to transform.
Yeah, nice call.
So, for those, who might be less familiar with Legacy of the Void, you no longer research Overlord transportation for all Overlords. You have to individually morph them. And it's very costly. It's 25 out of 25. Very cost-effective. But looks like he'll be sending the Lings into the main while this goes on. Now, that Medevac doesn't see this, unfortunately. He probably has an idea now. He sees it with a supply depot. Good positioning out of aLive, but he's got to worry about the front of the base, too. There's nothing in this bunker.
Just pull the SCVs right now while they're distracted. This is probably going to be really nice for aLive, though, to be honest. This is...
if he holds, absolutely. But he's not going to get the drop in the main. Oh,
not even
nice snipe.
If he holds. Even if the Lings got unloaded and weren't sniped, 2-base Terran can beat out this type of all-in. Now, if they meet each other in the middle of the map, then I think that the Zerg actually has the benefit, Lings around and whatnot. But aLive was defensive, and I think defensively he takes this attack no problem. And that's going to be a scary counter.
Nice pickup control, by the way. Those tanks should have taken a lot of damage from this Corrosive Biles. Now he's actually going to hunt down the Ravagers with this.
Nice.
That awkward delay from unloading. Ugh.
17 drones coming out right now. He was like trying to figure out what this was going to look like and has used all of his larvae in a droning. That's okay for now because he's still going to take some time for aLive to find the courage and stim, most importantly, to move out. But
just ask the
he
wizard.
will be prepared. Just the what now?
Ask the wizard. He's like the cowardly lion looking for some courage, you know?
Ah.
Come on, that was actually a good reference.
I watched that movie.
Have you actually not seen The Wizard of Oz, like, for real?
I saw it when I was really young, and then the flying monkeys scared me, and I've never watched it
Oh
since.
my god damn it. Actually, you know what? It was bad, and people will probably hate me for this. I really enjoyed Oz, the new one that came out with James Franco being the wizard, and it was like the prequel to Wizard of Oz or whatever. A lot of people actually really disliked the movie. I loved it, but that might also be because I'm the biggest James Franco fanboy ever.
He's cool. All right, so Stim is going to finish up here. I guess Combat Shields right afterwards and +1. I'm just wondering when aLive is going to decide to push out. He's still dedicating to this 2 base. You know, he got 2 more racks. He did not throw down a 3rd command center, so he has to push out at some point. And the longer it goes, like of course, the more time Shu has to recover from sending all of his army and a bunch of tanks, right?
So,
and I don't know if he really wants to wait for that +1.
A lot of overloads have gone down in this game, not just from this Viking, but also those 2 drops initially. Like, this is actually a lot of money for True to have lost. Now he's even supply blocked a little bit.
I really question. aLive.
Oh,
okay.
hello.
This is nice. I was gonna question his like lack of moving out just in general, as it is giving True a lot of time. But starting to harass little of these tanks is a good idea. Scouting the army composition is also a good idea.
This has been such an Archon mode exclusive strategy, and we always talk about that when it comes to 1v1s, but being that aLive actually doesn't have much to play with, like, this isn't being done in preference of multi-dropping. Like, he didn't have the Marines or the units to do that with, so this being perhaps one of the best options he could do with what limited resources he had. Liberator sets up above the natural base, so hoping that while True's busy being distracted from the tanks, he won't notice the Liberator or vice versa. Barely escapes with that. Wow.
Nice. This has been really nice so far. Of course, back at home, he's still doing a decent job macroing. He does throw down a 3rd command center finally. Combat Shield also was a little delayed there too. I know Stim finished a good while ago. But playing defensive may have been the best way to go. He got his scout off with a Viking and the 2 tanks and what the army looked like, and he might have just said, like, I think he's going to attack me, so there's no reason for me to push out. He'll push into me.
It's actually really all in out of True at this point. If he breaks the wall, he'll do great, but there's so much Marines behind this. It's not even about the tanks anymore. Ravagers, of course, aren't that great versus Bio because they don't have a lot of health, so the Marines can just stim into this. They go right through the Corsair Biles, getting right into the face of True, taking down all those Ravagers on the front lines.
And he stood through those Corsair Biles. Yeah, the lack of medevacs is a little deceiving.
But that being said, he's still done a ton of damage on the other side of the map. He knocked down an entire base. aLive is up almost double the supply. This is looking like a fantastic game for him. He does all this without combat shields, no less, too. I just want to throw that out there. Like, really well done. True is not I would not see True going down 2-0 to somebody like aLive.
It was a little unlucky on the build orders. Not exactly build counter, but the way that aLive played his build was kind of a counter, which is defensively. If he had attacked, he might have been screwed himself.
Man, I'm just sorry. I'm a little bit speechless because I'm astonished to see True just play such a bad series. I guess I don't know how to phrase that differently. It sounds mean no matter how I say it. Just I expect a lot more from True because we've seen a lot more out of True. But with aLive looking to take this game, unless he messes up severely, this is going to mean aLive versus Sulky in the finals, and I'm really excited for that.
Sulky, once again, seems to be just warming up in every single best of he's playing, so I assume that aLive's going to win the first 2 games. GG!
All right, so aLive is actually going to take that 2-0, and that's going to send us on to a best-of-5 grand finals. Now, the prize pool for this, of course, is